Yes. So SQL Server database administration. SQL Server database administration. So as part of today's sessions here, what are the concepts we'll try to discuss? Like we'll see uh, why database administration. Okay, so why we have to work as a database administrator? So what are the benefits are there as a admin? Okay, administration benefit. So why we need DBS? What are the current job market is there for database administrators? Yeah, audio problem is there. Yes, right. Why database administration? Why how we are working? We'll see. After that, the jobs we'll see current jobs in the market for database administrators. Then, to work with as a database administrator, what are the prerequisites are there? Who can work as DBA? We'll see. What are the prerequisites are there? We'll see very basic prerequisites are there to work as a DBA. Okay, very basic prerequisites. Then after that, sir, we'll see like what are the major concepts are there uh, as part of SQL DBA, SQL Server Database Administrator. So what concepts are there? Which concept is for what purpose? Okay, so at the last we'll see if any yeah, technical doubts are there, any questions are there. We'll see that question answer session at the last. Okay, so in the middle also you can use chart option. You can use so by using chart option. You can type in the chat box. So whenever any questions are there, you can ask. Better to use chart. Why? Because so I'm recording the session. After the end of the class, they will share you today's session. Then you can go through according to your means you can go through whenever it is required. Okay, right, right. So these are the concepts we'll see as part of today's class. Okay, so if anything is there, simple doubts are there, already have said, better you use the chart option. Okay, the chart panel you can type. So I will try to answer immediately. Right, before starting the session, uh, myself is there, Mr. Karim Sayed. So I'm the trainer for this program. And I have almost all 18 plus years experience on SQL Server administration. So SQL Server and various technologies actually, but right now I'm working with SQL Server plus Microsoft Azure technologies. So I'm subject matter expert. Uh, I have my own small company also where I am supporting with my team some of the clients I am supporting from Africa and Canada. So, what I'm saying indirectly means I'm not trying to waste your time. Just I'm trying to make you comfortable that I will discuss all the concepts which are required to work in the organization. All the concepts I will show you practically, step by step. I will show you all the concepts. Okay, so I will share you the material. I will share you running notes. Okay, I will share you step by step material. Plus, anyhow, we are recording the sessions. Our team will share you the sessions, recorded videos. Okay. So, at any time, like later, once the registrations, once the process is done, technically, procedural, then I will provide my email plus WhatsApp number so that while practicing, if any queries are there, any doubts are there, you can put the message. Okay, so that whenever I am free, I will try to answer you immediately. Right. So that's why remember like complete support will be there. So for the job, whenever you are attending for interviews, for example, in future, so you can before attending the interview, before one day, if you can share the job description, JD. So if I am free, okay, or one of our team member will call you, they will discuss like how to handle the interview, what are the main concepts they will ask as part of job description. Okay, so these are see like yeah, concepts, just what I'm saying. So it is like lifelong support. It is means what I'm saying like we don't have any SLA. Just what I'm saying. So I can support you means whenever any simple doubts are there, you can write me mail. Not only today, whenever you are working at any time. Okay, so. Uh, uh, Means complete support will be there if any doubts are there, any material you want in future also, so complete support will be there, no need to worry. So placement related, our team will talk to you placement related things if somebody needs placement assistance. Right, just here this is what is what. Let's say we'll start with our concepts. Right, so check here why database administration, database admin. Generally, before going to discuss this concept, first we'll see, so what are the parts of application? Parts of application. So generally say like, means generally from scratch I am going, from beginning. Okay, if any, why? Because everyone should come into the yeah, track, then we'll go step by step. Okay, from scratch I'm going with. Okay, parts of application. Generally say like every application has uh, two parts actually, mainly two parts. One is here like application part is there, right? Or front end part we are calling it as in general. Second one is there's here back end part, right? Back end part or database part. Generally, say every application has two parts, front end and back end part in general. In general, so many other parts may be there, but in general, these are the two parts are there here as part of every application, right? So generally, say like this front end part, which is also called as user interface part. This front end part is developed by our programmers, right? So like Java programmer or .NET programmers, PHP, Android, any programmers here, front end part, right? Some designers, so many people will work to develop this front end part. Back end part is there where we are calling it as we have seen database part. So again, in the database part, as a database developer, see it, as a database developer, I will develop the database, means creating the database. Okay, creating tables, creating stored procedures, writing functions, everything's here database. As a database developer, I will handle this database part, means we'll develop the database. Once the database is developed, then we have to place the database, remember, in the production environment. Okay, testing like after that place in the production. Just remember, once we take the database into production server, means live server, then we'll start working. DBS will start working, database administrator. See, once the database is developed, once it is placed in the production environment, then as a DBA, I will handle the databases. Okay, in a production environment, database administrator. Okay, database administrator will come into picture. So that is like two main people are there here to work with backend part. database developers are there, database admins are there. So initially our developer will create the databases. Once the database is placed in the production environment, then we have to work as a database admin, DBA. That's why in the summary, we have to understand here as a database administrator. It may be SQL Server DBA or Oracle DBA or Sybase DBA, any DBA. Remember, as a database administrator, we have to handle this backend part or database part. First points here. So we have to manage databases and database servers here. Our job is what? Maintenance. Just remember, we are not developers, we are not testers. Our job is database maintenance is our job. Okay, database maintenance. That's why remember, like tomorrow, suppose let's say if any issue is there in the database, means like performance issues are there, connectivity issues are there, downtime issues are there. Okay, so suddenly database was crash unexpectedly, or security problems are there. All those things we have to handle. Just remember, we are not developers. Our database developers will create the database. Once the database is placed in the production box, then we have to work as a database admin, DBA. That's why our regular activities, our job is what? We are maintenance people. Databases and database servers we have to maintain. Okay, so that's why as part of database maintenance here, our regular activities are there: monitoring and troubleshooting. Monitoring and troubleshooting. See here, why? Because generally 80 to 90% admin tasks, okay, admin tasks are automated. See here, we are automating most of the tasks as a admin. Why? Because tomorrow, let's say you are supporting Citibank server, for example. If you see Citibank Malaysia, Citibank Malaysia has almost all 1,000 servers. Okay, so if want to do something manually, we can't perform manually. Why? Because 1,000 servers are there. In each server, databases are there. Right. So if want to perform manually, it is lengthy process, very difficult, lengthy process. That lengthy process here we are going to automate. Means instead of sitting manually at the server, instead of performing everything manually, so we have to automate the activities. We have to schedule the tasks. Okay, so that's why remember 80% or 80 to 90% activities we are scheduling. That's why tomorrow something happen like backups are not working, okay, some features are not working, then we have to identify why the feature is not working. We have to start troubleshooting. That's why remember our regular activity is there: monitoring and troubleshooting. That is the reason we have to understand. For troubleshooting, remember we need in-depth knowledge is required for us for troubleshooting. For troubleshooting, in-depth knowledge is required for us. Okay, so that is the reasons here. Like I am going with the concepts in detail from scratch. I will start. I will go step by step in detail. Okay, no need to hurry that we have to finish in less time. We'll go step by step. We'll go in detail. We'll go. We'll work with the concepts in detail. Okay, that is the reason, like if any simple doubts are there, simple queries are there, you can type in the chat panel. I will discuss, no need to worry. So step by step we'll go. Anyhow, I'm recording the session. That's why you can listen the session whenever it is required, again and again. Right. So I think one question is there. Just one second. Uh, You can type Rashid. Any questions are there? You have raised the hand. So yeah, just type the question. Okay. Mm, yes. Just 1 minute. Right. So I think no question is there. Actually, Rashid has raised hand, but yeah, you can type in the chat panel, Rashid, if any questions are there. Right. So check it like that's why as a DBS here, our job is maintenance. As part of maintenance, we have to perform here monitoring and troubleshooting is our job. Okay. So in the same way, if I summarize like why because database maintenance is compulsory. Database maintenance is compulsory to get better performance. Okay, so generally say like as a DBA, like we have to perform various activities we have to perform. Already I have said like if anything is not working, like log shipping is not working, backups are not working. Okay, so if any performance issues are there, we have to handle. If the server is down unexpectedly, we have to handle why the server is down. So if any users are accessing my databases and without the respective privileges, those everything we have to take care here as a DBA. Okay, I will summarize once again. Just remember there should be no performance issues, no connectivity issues, no downtime issues. Okay, so no security related issues. Okay, so those things we have to handle as a DBA. Right. So that's what remember today, if you see the jobs today, so every application has database part, right? In the back end. That's why compulsory we need the admin people. Compulsory we need what? DBS. Okay. So why? Because our job is very highly responsible job. Why? Because tomorrow, if something happen, if data loss scenario is there, or if the server is down, business loss is there to the users, to the client. That's why compulsory is here. DBAs are required. Even like today, market is down or high. In any scenario, irrespective of scenarios, DBAs are required. Means what? Once you enter in the organization, once you work for 6 months, for example, then it becomes easy job for us here. Easy job for us. Okay, so we can see very high recruitments are there still. If we see the in Hyderabad or anywhere, see, uh, yeah, generally we need some experience. We have to put actually like 3+ years experience. Okay, so we can work as a DBAs here. Most many jobs are there. Okay, 3+ years experience. So I am going to discuss the course in detail. In detail. so that you can work easily with 3 to 4 years experience. As an experienced person, you can work in detail. Okay, easily you can work. Like this year, everywhere the same is a 3 plus or 4 plus years experience. Okay, so very yeah, demand is there, and whatever the concepts we need to work with as a DBA, all those concepts I'm going to cover in this course. Okay, all the concepts I will show you practically. So it may be clustering, performance tuning, always on, replication, log shipping, mirroring. All the concepts I will show you practically. Okay, so if you see the job description, they are showing high availability like mirroring. Okay, always on. See, always on replication, mirroring, log shipping, performance tuning. See, all these concepts we'll discuss in detail practically. Okay, so yeah, very good demand is there, and not only demand, it is a regular job. Maybe sometimes if development is not there, developers are not required, new developments are not there, but database admins are compulsory. Administration is what compulsory. We have to understand indirectly. That's why uh, once you enter in the market, once you work for 3 to 6 months, I have said already. So it is easy job for us to work with in the organization. Right. So that's why we have seen that monitoring and troubleshooting is our job. That's why we have very demand is there, say, like as part for database admins. Right. In the same way, what are the prerequisites are there here to work as a SQL Server DBA? Very simple prerequisites are there here to work as a SQL Server DBA. One is like basic Windows knowledge is required for us, but I will cover in this course, or I will share you the recordings on basic Windows knowledge. So in general, today's here we are going to install SQL Server in Windows environment, but from SQL Server 2017 onwards, remember, SQL Server works in any platform. It may be Windows or Linux or Mac, any platform. That's why basic Windows knowledge is required. In the same way, basic SQL knowledge is required for us. Okay, these are the two major prerequisites are there here. Basic Windows knowledge, basic SQL knowledge. Means SQL knowledge means how we are working with the commands like DDL, DML, just basic commands. I will discuss both. I will discuss as part of our course freely. But if somebody don't have time, yeah, me or my colleague will discuss these basic concepts. So if you don't have time, I will share the recordings so you can go through the recordings. If you don't have basics knowledge, SQL basics knowledge. Okay, no need to worry. Even you are a fresher, you don't have any knowledge, then no problem. So So we'll discuss that in detail. Means whatever the knowledge is required to work as a DBA, that SQL basics up to that extent will cover as part of this course. That is like we have seen why database administration. We have started with what are the jobs are there. I have shown you so many portals you can see today. In the same way, like then what are the major concepts we are going to discuss here as part of this course? Before going to discuss major concepts, let's we will start some introduction to SQL Server. SQL Server. Already we know that SQL Server is one of a RDBMS product, right? RDBMS product developed by Microsoft, right? So many RDBMS products are there in the market, like SQL Server, Oracle, Sybase, DB2, MySQL. So many RDBMS products are there in the market. Okay, so but today remember most of the clients are preferring SQL Server. What is the reason? Reason is very simple. working is easy here. In SQL servers here, working is easy, plus uh, plus cost is very less. Okay, as compared with Oracle, especially SQL servers cost is less actually. That is the reason here today most of the clients are preferring SQL server. So graphical user interface is there. No need to write the commands compulsory. Graphically, we can work with features, all the features. Right. The Swissair like SQL Server is an RDBMS product developed by Microsoft. What we can do with SQL Server, already we know whenever we are saying that it is a RDBMS product. Okay. So our job is what? Maintenance. Our job is maintenance. Already we have seen. So database maintenance is our job. Same thing, database maintenance we can do by using here SQL Server. So check here with SQL Server. Here we can create and manage databases. Databases we can create and manage. Means basically already we know like uh, database maintenance, yeah, database creation is done by our developers team, we know already, like whereas database maintenance is our job. Creation is done by our developers team, we have seen, but database maintenance is our job. Right. So that's why as well as your SQL Server supports your BI features, business intelligence features actually, business intelligence features with the SSIS, SSRS, SSAS. See here, SQL Server integration services, SQL Server reporting services, SQL Server analysis services. See, these are the various services are there here as part of SQL Server. IS, RS, AS. These three are also called as here MSBI, Microsoft Business Intelligence Features. These three are also called as what? MSBI features, Microsoft Business Intelligence. Okay, so that is like uh, that is like what are the major things are there? We can create and manage databases as well as SQL Server supports what BI features. Just remember like on SQL Server we have three types of jobs are there here in SQL Server. One is like we can work as SQL Server developer or programmer. We have seen. Okay, so where our job is what? Creating databases, writing stored procedures, writing triggers, functions, everything's here, programmer, developer actually. And we have discussed once the development is done, we'll place it in the production box. Right. Once the database is placed in the live server or production server, then we have seen that we'll start with as a database administrator. Okay, DBA, database admin. So as well as here like SQL Server, we have seen supports BI features, business intelligence features. That's why. So as part of SQL Server, we can work as MSBI developers. Here one more job, MSBI developers means we are working with these features. That's like three types of jobs are there in SQL Server. SQL Server developer is there. This is for to development to start developing SQL Server databases and all the database objects. Then DBA is there, our job actually as a admin. So our job is maintenance. We have seen database and server maintenance. MSBI developers are there, Microsoft Business Intelligence developers are there who are working with these features, right? So that's why always it is better to have SQL basics knowledge than admin knowledge. That's why I already have said SQL basics I will provide you some free classes. I will provide you either I will another our trainer will take, or like I will provide you videos. Okay, SQL basics. Means once again not complete SQL Server development part it is, only up to what extent we need as a DBA. So those features I will provide you as part of your SQL basics as part of this course, right? So I think you are following, but if any simple doubts are there, please type in the chat panel. Then then SQL Server supports here like one is here like non-procedural language, which we'll call it as SQL, right? SQL commands, as well as it supports procedural language or programming language also, which is nothing but T-SQL. T-SQLs here, transact structured query language, T-SQL. Generally say like SQL commands are there already we know like select, update, delete. SQL commands are there, right? So whereas like T-SQL is the transact structured query language. T-SQL. So T-SQL commands are there like basically say like T-SQL commands are to write the programs actually to write stored procedures, functions, okay, triggers, etc. We are using say T-SQL commands. Like if you have seen in Arkill we have PL SQL, PL SQL. Here in SQL Server we have T-SQLs here. Transact structured query language, T-SQL. Okay, T-SQLs here. That is like uh, uh, programming options are there in SQL Server. Then in general say like to work with SQL Server, we are using one tool called SSMS here, SQL Server Management Studio. Means what? Like as a DBA or developer, if want to connect and work with SQL Server, we have to use one tool called what? SSMS, SQL Server Management Studio. Check here. I will go to SSMS, Microsoft SQL Server Management Studio. Okay, so here see like in Microsoft SQL Server Management Studio, so we can select the server name, connected successfully. So after connecting successfully, then we can start working with the databases here. Some databases are there. Yeah, one question is it? We'll see. MS SQL database and SQL database, any difference? Both are same actually. In shortcut, we are saying SQL database or SQL DBA. Basically, it is MS SQL database. Okay, right. So check here, like once we can connect to the server, we can start working now. This is your server name. SQL talk slash HYDLIC test is my server name. Actually, this is my system name slash my server name. Then SQL Server 15.0 version it is saying. This is my login name. 15.0 version means remember 2019 version. 2019 version. 15.0 version. Check here, we can check by using the simple command also here, select at the rate version. Always remember after typing the command, select the command and execute. See here, select the command and execute. Check here, it is showing Microsoft SQL Server 2019 version. See, this 2019 is our latest version. Okay, so we have previous versions are there 2017, 2016, 2014, 2012, 2008 R2, like various versions are there. We'll see again history, we'll see later. But right now I am working with which version? 2019 version, 15.0 version. In the same way, we can check here what is the server name. Always remember, after typing the command, select and execute. This is the server name which we have seen here. Okay, so generally say, like I will show you like practically how to install SQL Server. Then you can start practicing. Already have said I will share you the material where all these commands are there. We can go through these commands. You can practice parallelly. Okay, we can go through the commands. We can practice. Right, right. So that is like how we are working with the SQL Server. Okay, so that's like one second. Right. So that's like how we are working with here. Simple commands are there. Through these commands, we can work with SQL Server. Check here. I will connect to one more server, one of my production server. Check here. This is one of my production server. Means Yeah, sorry, some network issue was there. Right, one question is there. We'll see the question first, later we'll go to next point. What is the difference between MySQL and MS SQL? One question is there. Just remember, MySQL is both are RDBMS products. MySQL and MS SQL both are RDBMS products. Okay, but both are different company products actually. MS SQL is from Microsoft. MySQL is from Oracle. Previously, it was open source actually, MySQL, free one. Now it is from Oracle. Oracle has taken MySQL. Okay, both are different RDBMS products. But MS SQL has so many features as compared with MySQL. MS SQL is more powerful than MySQL. Okay, Ritesh, audible, right? Voice is clear. Actually, I have connected through mobile network due to my problem in at home, Wi-Fi problem, LAN problem. Yes, thank you. Right. So that's it. We will continue. Yeah, if anything is there, simple doubts are there, please type in the chat panel. Why? Because always asking doubts is important for us always. Okay, so I like to answer any queries. Right. Right. So check here, like we are discussing, like how we are working with SQL Server by using one tool. We are connecting and working with SQL Server. Check here, this is my local server, which is there in my laptops here. Green icon is there. Here question mark is there. It is my remote server. If you see question mark, it is what? Remote server, which is there somewhere in the network. One question is there again from Rudresh, MS SQL is same as cloud database. So will you cover to migrate from on-premises database to cloud? He is asking. We can see that in one class. We are not going to discuss in depth in that, but just how we are migrating from on-premises to cloud, we'll see in one class. Actually, we have separate course is there, Azure SQL DBA, Azure SQL DBA or Cloud SQL DBA. In that course, we'll discuss those things in detail. Yeah, that's why we don't know. Most of the people don't know what is cloud database. Okay, so yeah, how to get the this video means they will provide you. Uh, yeah, please uh, contact with our team. They will provide you the details. Okay, how to yeah, work with these videos, how to watch the videos, everything. Okay, so yeah, yeah. So many cloud databases are there actually. Like maybe just we are implementing the database in cloud platform. That is our cloud database. So I'm not going in that in detail. Later, if anything is there, I will talk to you at the last. Okay, confusion may be there for the people. Let's say that is like how we are connecting and working with SQL Server. And generally, say like SQL Server supports here two types of working environments. Two types of working environments are there in SQL Server. One is a standalone environment is there, and the second one is a cluster environment. Two types of working environments are there in SQL Server, standalone and cluster environment. So standalone means, remember, we have single production server where all the users are connected, which is for small scale applications here, small scale applications. Okay, so like some small shops are there, schools are there, supermarkets are there. For those, we can go with your standalone environment. For these peoples here, we can go with what? Standalone environment. But for medium and large scale applications, we have to go with your cluster environment. Cluster environment. Just remember, like cluster is a group of servers which are connected to each other. Cluster means here for medium and large scale applications, remember, we have to go with the cluster environment. For medium and large scale applications, we have to go with what? Cluster environment. Okay, standalone is for small scale applications, but for medium and large scale applications, we have to go with what? Cluster environment. So just remember one point, we'll see again in detail practically. Cluster means it is a group of servers which are connected to each other and working as a single server in the network. Cluster environment. It is a group of servers actually. Right. So, but here's the minimum we need two production servers we are using here. Minimum two production servers are required. This cluster environment is required for medium and large scale applications. Like just we have to understand basically like cluster is like our customer care department. Let's say 20 people are sitting. Whenever we are calling, immediately call is answered, right? No need to wait in the lengthy queue. But here, in case of cluster standalone environment, remember single production server is there. That's why waiting is there, lengthy queue is there. In case of what? Standalone environment. Right. The same way, to check here, like whether we are working in standalone or cluster environment, we can right click on the server name. See here, properties, is clustered false it is saying. Right now I am working in standalone environment. Is clustered false it is saying. Okay, so we can check by using the command also here. Select server property is clustered. See here, select server property is clustered. We can identify whether we are working in standalone or cluster environment. Right now it is saying false. Here 0 means it is a standalone environment, not a cluster environment. Okay, false it is saying. Right, like this here, like we can identify very easily whether we are working with cluster or standalone. One question is there, so we'll do this, we'll do the cluster setup and working on right. So I will show you from scratch how to set up cluster. First we have to set up Windows cluster. On top of Windows cluster we can configure SQL cluster. That I will show you in detail, step by step practically. No need to worry. So basically Windows cluster configuration is done by our developers team, but here for practice purpose, I will show you how to configure Windows cluster and on top of SQL cluster. Okay, generally here for always on, one concept is there, always on. For always on and SQL cluster, generally we need a Windows cluster. Already I have built the Windows cluster in my laptop with VMware. Okay, so with virtual machine, with VMware here, we can configure the cluster with a group of servers. Already have configured here with different servers here. I will show you from scratch how to configure. Okay, right. So that is like two types of working environments are there in case of SQL Server. By using simple command, server property is clustered. We can check here whether we are working in which type of environment. Then last point we'll see, SQL Server supports some high availability features here, HA, high availability features. Means high availability features purpose is what? To maintain the standby servers. one or more standby servers we can maintain with the help of these high availability features. Okay, so why? Because tomorrow if production server is down unexpectedly, if production server is down unexpectedly, so then say like how the applications will continue. Okay, so like how the other applications will continue. That is the reasons here compulsory we have to maintain the standby server even tomorrow production is down due to any reason. So immediately users can continue their work with the standby servers. Okay, to minimize downtime. Okay, in the same way to avoid business loss, right? Why? Because if something happen, if downtime happen, business loss is there to the client. That's why to avoid business loss scenarios, we have to we have to configure compulsory high availability features we have to configure. Right. One question is it possible to have SQL 2014, 2017 in one cluster? Whenever we say cluster, one point we have to understand. So all the resources version should be same. Okay. We'll talk about that Rudresh separately with you. Maybe other people will have confusion. I can discuss. Maybe you know already some concepts of DBA. I know but other people will get blank. They don't know. That's why what I will do, I will talk to you by, I will call you to your phone number. If anything is there, all these will discuss. But one point remember, so I'm not going to cut our discussion just to avoid confusion for other people. I think you understood, right? But generally, remember, in one cluster, we can't have two different versions. Means we can have multiple clusters, maybe there. Means 14, means in all the servers, we need same versions actually. 2014, 2014, 17, 17, 17. Okay, right. So same version should be there in all the servers. We need what same versions. Even OS also must be same. Windows 2016, Windows 2019. Right. Okay, thank you. So check here, like to avoid downtime, to avoid business loss scenarios, we need share high availability features we have to configure. High availability features. One is like we have different levels of high availability features are there in SQL Server. So database level high availability features are there. We'll see today. Tomorrow we'll see other features. The next class. Database level high availability features are there. Say transaction log shipping. Okay, database mirroring, which was introduced here in 2005 version mirroring. Always on is it, which was introduced in 2012 version. Remember, all these features purpose is same to maintain same copy of database in different server. Database to database copy we can maintain here in different server so that even in one server database is down, database is crash, in another server database will be available for the users. Okay, database to database copy. Okay, so so that tomorrow if primary goes down, users can start working with secondary. This is here in case of standalone environment, single production server is there. Okay, applications are connected to the server, and whatever the database copy is there here in the production box, same copy I am maintaining here in the standby server as it is copy. Secondary server or standby server, I am maintaining here as it is copy I am maintaining. Okay, by using these features here, log shipping, mirroring, always on. So we'll see just what are the differences are there. We'll see tomorrow. Next we'll continue. Suppose tomorrow if this primary server down, production server is down, applications can continue their work with the standby servers here. That is the reason we are trying to maintain same copy of database in standby server by using these concepts: log shipping, mirroring, and always on. What are the differences are there? I will show you later. Tomorrow we'll discuss in detail in the next class. Just here in case of log shipping, already I have said all the features purpose is same. But log shipping is one of a old concept. Log shipping, name itself is saying logs are nothing but changes. Shipping means what? Transferring. But actually remember in log shipping we have some limitations are there. No immediate sync. Means what? If changes are made in primary server, production server, immediately they are not applied to standby server. It's a time taking process. In the same way, no automatic failover. Means what? Tomorrow if primary goes down due to any reason, okay, so automatically secondary will not become primary. Manually, as a DBA, we have to start working. As a DBA, remember, we have to bring the secondary database online. Automatically, it will not come online. That's remember, like these are the two major limitations are there with the log shipping. That's why to work, just what is what I'm discussing, I will show you everything practically in detail. In case of mirrorings here, immediate sync is there, name itself is sync, as well as we have automatic failover. Means what? Tomorrow if primary goes down, tomorrow if primary principal database is down, immediately secondary becomes primary. We are calling here principal mirror. Immediately mirror becomes principal. Okay, no need to manually bring online. Automatic failover is there. But mirroring is one to one feature. One primary, one principal can have maximum one mirror. But to get additional features, we have always on. Always on is, remember, it is similar to mirroring, mirroring with additional features here, extra features. Mirroring with additional features here. This is mirroring only, mirroring plus extra features. It is one to many feature. One primary can have multiple secondary replicas, something. Like they say, like different high availability features are there. Why? Because high availability is compulsory for us to avoid what? Downtime. Let's say we'll summarize here. Again, we'll see again in detail, step by step in our regular class. Just remember major responsibilities as a DBA. One is here, there should be no downtime. Means what? Always database should be available, either in primary or secondary, but available to the applications. Right. So to avoid business loss scenario to my client. Then no security related problems. Okay, no data loss. That's why to avoid data loss here we have seen, to avoid downtime we are configuring high availability features. Here to avoid data loss we'll configure backups, will configure backups. And DR features are there, disaster recovery features we'll see later. Then no performance issues should be there, no connectivity issues. Installing and configuring SQL Server. See, installing and configuring is not our regular job, not our regular job. So once we enter in the organization, total setup is there. Just we have to start working with the setup. Then patching SQL Server. Patching is nothing but applying the updates. We'll see later. Monitoring error logs. Anything happens here in SQL Server, it will write very clearly into error logs here. Under management, we have SQL Server logs are there. This current log we can check here. If any error is there, what is the reason why this error is there? We can check here. See, errors are recorded here along with the description. That's what, but tomorrow something happen in production server, anything happen in production server, first step as a DBA, we have to check the error logs, first step. Okay, so after checking the error logs, we can start working with the issue. We can try to troubleshoot the problem. Right. So in the same way, like we have to check all the scheduled activities are working or not. Generally here we'll create jobs and maintenance plans we'll create to schedule backups, this log shipping, replication. So all the features are scheduled activities we have seen regularly. These are still some of the activities are there as a DBA, but I will show you in general whenever something happen in production server, like some backup is not working, log shipping is not working, mirroring is not working, production server is down. So automatically we'll get email notifications. Email notifications, those are called as tickets. Tickets. Okay, in SQL Server directly, we have one feature is there database mail. By configuring database mail, we can get the email notifications. Configuring database mail in SQL Server. Generally say like I have my own blog is there as well as I will write articles to code project very long back. 6 years back, 7 years back, I have written one article. So, yeah, how to configure DBmail, how it is working internally. Okay, so as well as you can check my blog is there azure-sql.blogspot.com. So most of the regularly used scripts I have written here, regularly used scripts. I will share you all the scripts as soft copy material. I will share you. You can see my YouTube channel is there. I have put some recordings there. You can see up to what extent I am discussing our course. Okay, some of the recordings. Right. Right. So let's see what I will do. I will conclude the session. As part of today's session, 4 points we have to understand. 4 points. First point, remember, like SQL Server is a RDBMS product through which we can create and manage databases. First point. Here, summary I'm showing. SQL Server is an RDBMS product developed by Microsoft through which we can create and manage databases. Database. That's why our job is maintenance. We have seen. Right. Next one, say like SQL Server supports SQL and T-SQL. T-SQL is for programming purpose. We have some other options are there for programming. We'll see again. Next, third point, we have to understand SQL Server supports two types of working environments. One is a standalone environment is there. Second one is a cluster environment. Two types of working environments. Already have said all the concepts including clustering, performance tuning, always on replication, all those concepts I will show you practically. Right. Then last point we have seen to work with the SQL Server, we are using one tool called SSMS, and SQL Server supports some high availability features (HA) to maintain same copy of database or to maintain standby servers. To maintain standby databases or standby servers to avoid business loss scenarios to our clients. We have seen to maintain as it is copy of database in different server. SQL Server supports three major concepts here. Log shipping is a transaction log shipping, DB mirroring, database to database copy as it is copy, always on. Today we are preferring always on, but still some clients are continuing with the previous features log shipping mirroring. That's why those things also we'll discuss as part of our course. This is a summary. These points we have to understand. Other points you can forget. No need to worry. We'll see anyhow in our regular classes. This is just overview. I have shown you what we have discussed as part of our course. Then we'll start with step by step in detail. So I will provide you each module by soft copy. Daily recordings are provided. So you can write me mail at any time. If any queries are there, I will try to answer. But before starting next class, Generally, first we can ask the questions. If any doubts are there, then we'll start. So always I like to answer the questions. So almost all everything, maximum things I know, maximum SQL Server, everything I will try to answer in detail. Right. Yes, any questions are there? Any queries are there? Please type in the chat panel. We'll conclude the session. So if any questions are there, uh, okay. So we'll take some questions. We'll conclude the session. Okay, once again, I'll thank you to all people to attend my class. Even today is Sunday. So, but I have tried to discuss just what is what so that I can pull you in my way so that I can go with the step-by-step concepts, okay, in our classes. Right. Some other questions are there, Rudresh? I think Rahul or Moffat, any questions are there? Contact details, they will provide you. You can contact our office people. They will, yeah, maybe they will communicate with me. We'll communicate. Okay, right. Moffat, any questions are there? Any other participants? If any questions are there, I will try to answer. Right. I think no questions are there. I will conclude the session here. We'll see. Our people will communicate with you. If any technical questions are there still, I can handle. But they will schedule the batch timing, everything. You can talk to them if any further other questions are there other than technical questions. Okay. Right. Thank you for all people for attending my session. We'll continue again. Okay. So, yeah, Rashid, any questions are there? I think he's not audible. No problem. We'll continue again. Yeah. Moffat is asking. mm, Please talk to our people, office people. They will share you the details. If something you want, technical things, so our office people will communicate with you. Okay. Right. Right. Why? Because I will be busy most of the times. I may not take the calls. That's why our office people will coordinate, which will be easy for us. Okay. Right then. Thank you for attending the session again, Rudresh, Mofet, Rashid, and other people. We'll see. We'll work in future. We'll go with our course. Right then. Thank you again.